Hip cars from a laying position, so controlled articular rotation is what that stands for. It's basically just how we work the mobility of our hips and control that entire range of motion of that ball and socket joint, as opposed to flexibility or static postures where we hold them for prolonged periods of time. So we want to control that movement. So we're going to go ahead, lay on our side. Both legs are going to start straight, and we're going to get in a nice comfortable position with our shoulder. Anything that works for you. This feels good to me. But what we're going to do, that bottom leg is going to stay straight the whole entire time. And I want you to focus on keeping a nice neutral torso, right? So I don't want to let my low back arch. We don't want to round throughout this movement. We want to focus on all of that actioning happening here at that top hip. So to start, we're going to go ahead, work that top hip, create that stability. We're going to flex that knee up without rounding at that low back. From there, we're going to open it up towards the sky into external rotation. And this part's the tricky part, where we're going to bring our heel towards our head and our knee towards our foot. So what that's going to look like is this, right? So I'm going to have the tendency to want to roll open or kind of chew up some of that range of motion in that low back. I really want you to focus on it only happening at the hip. Some range of motion, maybe more. This is typically difficult for people, so I want you to focus on just getting that slight internal rotation. Hold that. You're going to feel a little pinching in that hip. That's to be expected. From there, I'm maintaining that rotation as I bring my leg back without arching the low back, and then I bring it down and reset. So one more time. Remember, we're only moving through this hip. We're not letting any of that motion happen at our low back or letting our chest open up. Everything's in a nice neutral position. So we're going to go up, out, internally rotate, hold that as I bring it around, 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 back, into a little bit of extension in that hip, forward and down.